Conor McGregor's recent years have been nothing short of a roller coaster, filled with increasingly bizarre and disappointing events. Just when it seemed like his situation couldn't possibly get worse, the UFC star shocked everyone with an announcement: he's accepted a boxing match against YouTube personality Logan Paul in India. This latest chapter is just another twist in what can only be described as a dumpster fire of a year for McGregor. Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. Stay tuned as we dive into this unexpected news from the Conor McGregor circus and speculate on what might be behind this strange announcement. The timing of this news couldn't be more fitting. McGregor, once a dominant force in the UFC, is now set to face a YouTuber in a foreign country, marking the tail end of a tumultuous year that's been filled with headline-grabbing disappointments. It's hard not to give Logan Paul some credit for living up to his family's reputation. He's built a career on choosing his opponents wisely, and now, he's stepping into the ring with McGregor, a fighter whose prime seems long gone. The strategic timing of this matchup, with Logan picking a fight with McGregor while the UFC star is far past his best, isn't surprising to many fans. For the past year and a half, every time McGregor's name appeared in the media, it seemed like he was involved in something even more disappointing than the last. It's been clear for some time now that McGregor's life and career are spiraling downward. It all began with the disturbing incident where he punched an NBA mascot in the face, sending the mascot to the hospital. This was followed by his infamous altercation with Machine Gun Kelly at an awards show, sparked by Kelly's relationship with Megan Fox. The scuffle led to McGregor delivering a laughable attempt at retaliation, and that was just the beginning of a string of increasingly strange events that have defined McGregor's recent months. In a post-fight interview, Conor McGregor tried to downplay the infamous incident, but his response raised more eyebrows than it calmed the storm. A very sweaty, motor-mouthed McGregor insisted, there was no scuffle at all. No, I don't know the man. I just showed up. I didn't even know the guy, to be honest with you. Just rumors. Just rumors. Nothing happened with me. I only fight real fighters, people that actually fight. You know what I mean. I certainly don't fight little vanilla white rappers. You know, I don't even know the guy. I don't even know anything about him. McGregor's behavior was anything but normal that night. From there, things only seemed to spiral further for the UFC star. His physical appearance began to change dramatically, with his face taking on a more distorted shape, and his behavior became increasingly erratic. In interviews and live streams, McGregor appeared twitchy and stuttering and looked like a complete mess, prompting fans to speculate about a potential addiction to cocaine. At one point, McGregor even started to present himself on social media as a wild, Dan Bilzerian-type party figure, sharing posts featuring him surrounded by scantily clad women. His strange behavior continued, but it didn't stop there. McGregor expanded his business ventures in ways that only raised more questions. He launched a record label, signed rapper Kodak Black, and became a partial owner of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. However, these flashy moves only seemed to fan the flames of his crumbling reputation. Fans began to believe that McGregor wasn't just grappling with drug addiction but also struggling with infidelity. Rumors swirled that he was being unfaithful to his wife, the mother of their 3 children. While these claims were speculative at the time, recent developments have confirmed many of the worst suspicions. A lawsuit filed by a woman has now brought some of these allegations to light, adding yet another troubling chapter to McGregor's already tumultuous life. Back in 2019, Conor McGregor made a stunning admission under oath, confessing that he had used cocaine. This revelation validated many of the rumors circulating about his substance abuse, particularly those related to his erratic behavior. Unsurprisingly, Joe Rogan wasted no time in mocking McGregor after the court disclosure, openly discussing the fighter's troubling conduct. "I don't know if Conor is ever going to fight again, what's happening with him," Rogan said on his show. "I don't know the real details of the case. I know his version of it and her version of it." Rogan also touched on McGregor's bizarre behavior during interviews, especially one with actor Jake Gyllenhaal while promoting Roadhouse. During the interview, it was clear that something was off with McGregor, and social media went wild with speculation, suggesting that he was tweaking throughout the entire conversation. Fans couldn't help but wonder how uncomfortable the interview must have been for Gyllenhaal. Rogan also compared McGregor's erratic behavior and drug use to that of other fighters who had endured years of head trauma, specifically referencing John Jones, another fighter with a history of cocaine use. He explained that many fighters, especially those who've been in the game for a long time, turn to drugs to cope with the physical and mental toll their bodies endure. Many fighters, when they've sustained significant damage over the course of their careers, there's no way around it, you get hit in the head a lot, Rogan said. McGregor's been knocked out, and we've all seen sparring footage of him. He spars with pro boxers, elite fighters. It's constant head trauma, and a lot of fighters, toward the end of their careers, turn to drugs. Rogan continued, "You get addicted to it. I bet you get a little bit of coke, and you're..." His words hinted at the difficult reality many fighters face, but it was clear that Rogan believed McGregor's behavior was a result of both his career's brutal demands and his growing struggles. Conor McGregor's recent trajectory is a stark reminder of how far he has fallen since his glory days in 2017, when he was one of the most dominant fighters in the world. Now, in what feels like the latest blow to his legacy, McGregor has announced that he will be stepping into the ring against YouTube personality Logan Paul in a boxing match in India, an event that will be financed by Mukesh Ambani, Asia's richest person and the 9th wealthiest man in the world. Ambani's involvement only adds another layer of surrealism to what is already a bizarre spectacle. Once a force to be reckoned with in combat sports, McGregor has now found himself participating in an event that feels more like a circus than a legitimate fight, going up against Logan Paul, whose fame comes more from YouTube stunts than from any real athletic achievement. This bizarre turn of events serves as a striking contrast to McGregor's once legendary career. Both McGregor's career and personal life have descended into absurdity at a pace few could have predicted just a few years ago. What once seemed edgy when McGregor was 26 now looks downright embarrassing as he turns 36. From being a two-division UFC champion and a global icon to a figure caught in scandals and controversies, McGregor's life is now marked by an odd, money-driven boxing match with a YouTube star. It's hard to imagine McGregor ever returning to his former glory in the ring. This match with Logan Paul is likely to be a sloppy affair, with both fighters gassed by round 2. It might even end up being worse than the infamous Mike Tyson fight. Regardless, one thing is certain: McGregor's glory days are behind him, and his fall from grace has been both rapid and tragic. Thank you for joining us today on Boxing Glory. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends.